Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. How are we all? Nice to see so many people here already. Ali, good morning, bird. Hope you're well. Good morning, Anna. Nice to see you. Good morning, Sam on YouTube. Morning, Shadi. Lovely, lovely. The Queen of the Isle of Man is here. Leslie. Good morning, gorgeous. Morning, Mrs. Moo. Shadi. That raw, gemmy rhodonite. I know. Love it. Love it. No, she does not mean the raw steak. Leave my rhodonite alone. It's beautiful. Good morning, Anne-Marie. I hope you're well. Morning, Claire. Morning, Janet. Morning, Christine. Beautiful. Lovely to see you all. So this morning we're going through, every Tuesday is going to be Crystal of the Week. And I'm starting with one of my favorites, Rhodonite. Love this crystal. So I'm going to duck down and I will give you a little bit of information about this beautiful crystal. Thanks, Claire. We all look good at this time in the morning. Morning, Paula. Okay, so no cursor, don't be. No. My cursor is on fire this morning. Thank you. Thank you. No. Oh my word. Bear with me 1 second. Don't you just love morning technology? Right, behave yourself. Right, I'm not going to touch that again. Right, so Rhodonite. These are some of our beautiful pieces we've got here. And they do come from quite a few places. We have this beautiful pale pink Rhodonite. This is from Peru, the Peruvian Rhodonite. This is also Peruvian. Another sort of Peruvian Rhodonite there. And then we have Madagascar. And this is what I know as Rhodonite. This beautiful manganese color with the black patterning on it. This to me screams Rhodonite. This is what I love. And we get this from Madagascar. We can also get it from Russia. I love this sphere. It's like Chinese writing. Absolutely beautiful. The color of Rhodonite is from manganese. It's a manganese mineral. And the blackening on the Rhodonite is black manganese. So absolutely beautiful. And then we have these beautiful gemmy Rhodonites. And these are from Patagonia. So gem quality Rhodonite, which you don't see very often. But love it. It is beautiful. So that's the selection we get. So yeah, you do find it in Russia. There has been sources of Rhodonite in this country as well. So there is Rhodonite. but it also has some other names as well. As normal out in the spiritual world, in the geology world, people like to rename minerals. So here we've got rhodonite, but sometimes we can see it also labeled as manganese spar, manganolite. So if you see anything that's labeled manganese spar or manganolite, it is rhodonite. It's just people perhaps being a little bit funny and trying to call it something else. Pyoxmonite, that is the name given to the gemmy rhodonite. So when it's gemmy, we call it pyoxmagite. But manganese spar, manganolite, it's just rhodonite. And it's the black manganese that gives it that beautiful dendritic patterning. It's not merlinite. The dendritic patterning in merlinite is caused by physilamine. Physilamine is the mineral that gives merlinite its dendritic patterning. But in rhodonite, it is black manganese that does that. On the Mohs scale, the measure of hardness, it's a 5.5 to a 6.5. So it's a little bit hardy. In 5.5 to 6.5, so it's just below the quartz. So with that, because I always say anything over a 5 on the Mohs scale, although you're better off going over 7, it is safe to put in water. Now, I don't promote anything to be put into water to drink. I would still do that in the indirect method. But for cleansing purposes, I would recommend that, yes, it will be safe to put rhodonite in water to cleanse. So you can get your salt water on a full moon, which we've just experiencing at the moment. We've got the beautiful full moon. So we could put rhodonite in the seawater or in the spring water or in our water and leave overnight in the beautiful full moon to give it a good charge and a good cleanse. So water is good for cleansing with rhodonite. Same with smudge. So your sage, your incense sticks, anything that creates a smoke, your Palo Santo, it would be great to use that. And same as sound. So your tuning forks, your singing bowls, anything that causes a sound vibration, you can use to cleanse the beautiful rhodonite. Now, for charging, I would go by the moon, just because it's on that paler coloring side. We have got the black which would be like, yeah, I can take the sun. But this paler pink, I would feel safe charging it by the moon rather than the sun. Be beautiful there. It is part, scientifically, it is part of the Triclinic crystal system. So the Triclinic is where the axes are not equal and they don't meet at 90 degrees. So other crystals in the Triclinic system are blue kyanite, turquoise, amazonite, labradorite, the feldspar. So they're all triclinic in the crystal system. And then that is the chemical formula for rhodonite. So we've got the Mn, which is manganese, Fe, which is iron. Iron gets everywhere. Mg is magnesium, and then Ca is calcium. And then we've got the silicon oxide to make it the silicate. So I think that is most of the science. Let's just keep an eye on the comments. So morning, Robin. Hope you're well. Morning, Kerry. Yes, the harvest moon, loving it. And I will be on tonight with Fed, Naturally Fed. Tonight at 6, there'll be Fed, myself, and Chris talking about the harvest moon. I'll be talking about some of the crystals. Fed will be talking about the nutrition, and Chris will be talking astrology. So, Rhodonite, how can this help you? Well, for me, this is all about. Let me just change the banner. So for me, I take this to the root chakra. And for those of you who have done my base chakra workshop, or if you wish to do the base chakra workshop, you will find this in the base there. Because for me, it's that kind of grounding that suits me. Yesterday, when I introduced Rhodonite, I sang Let's Go Fly a Kite. And that's the grounding that Rhodonite offers you. If you are that toy kite and you are just out floating around in the sky, away with the fairies, but then you've got that little bit of line that's connected the kite down to the ground. And that's the kind of grounding that Rhodonite offers you. So we don't have to have heavy grounding like black tourmaline to have our feet on the ground. Sometimes just a little bit of touching earth, touching the base is all that we need. Hugely supportive. Absolutely love Rhodonite for support. Gives you that grandmother hug, that mother hug. I always tell the story with Rhodonite is when I used to show and breed guinea pigs. When I used to breed them, I always used to run 2 cells to a boar. So if anything happened to a litter or to a cell, there would be another cell to take on the litter or vice versa. But if anything happened, I always used to put Rhodonite in. If I'd lost a cell and I put Rhodonite in the maternity enclosure, the litter would go to Rhodonite. They would feel that comfort. They would feel that support. And yeah, just that lovely hug. So if anyone out there, sometimes we might be absent from that parental love, from that parental guidance. And Rhodonite is a nice crystal to inject that into us and make us feel that, okay, we've not got that support around us. We're lacking in that parental guidance, but Rhodonite is with us. I connect Rhodonite like the kite to Kestrel energy. We all know that Kestrel is famous for hovering, so a bit like that toy kite I mentioned earlier. And with that, it's almost like when the Kestrel hovers, it's almost like they are hovering over us, like our guardian angel. So I always feel that even if you're the people that gave you that guidance, gave you that support, if they've gone over to the other side, if they've passed over, then it's almost like that Kestrel is representing that guardian angel. They're still looking over you. And I get that same sense when I hold Rhodonite. I had such a strong bond with one of my grandmothers. She was also Pisces. She was 2 days before me. And we had a real strong bond. And when she passed over, every time I picked up Rhodonite, I felt her presence. I felt as though, yes, she's there, spurring me on, encouraging me. Get on, do it, get on with it. And same later on when my mum passed over. When she passed over, I felt that she was with me working alongside this crystal. So if you just get that little bit of stumbling block, if you feel a little bit alone and you just think, oh gosh, I've lost focus, I've lost my train of thought, bring in Rhodonite and you really feel that those people that were there supporting you in the physical, even if they are not, you would feel that energy. You can take it to the heart chakra. It's got that beautiful pink energy, but again, grounding in that heart energy. So if you're a hopeless romantic, if you're somebody on the first date and you're a little bit loose-lipped and you start going on about, oh, we should move in together, we should have babies, we should get married. It's like, whoa, this is first date. Don't, there's boundaries, there's lines. You've crossed several. Rhodonite helps you just to ground that excitement, to ground that nervousness. So a beautiful crystal to carry around with you to center, balance the heart. But for me, I love it on the base chakra. So Kerry, I had mine out on the windowsill charging last night. Brilliant, Kerry. Lovely stuff. Yeah, it is the full moon. So charge those crystals, charge them. Please, I always state when it's the full moon, like what Kerry said, she had us on the windowsill. That is absolutely perfect. I don't want you guys to be chucking your crystals outside. Where I live is a very particular dodgy area. I would not want to put my hundreds of pounds worth of crystals outside just because someone says that's the best way for the full moon to charge. The full moon is an energy. Just like the sun, we can feel that the sun's rays penetrates the house. We can feel the house warming up because the sun is on it. Exactly the same as the moon. You don't need to put your crystals out to charge by full moon. Have them on the windowsill or just have them where they are, but just acknowledge that, oh, tonight's the full moon. Please charge my crystals. And with the harvest full moon, it is full for about 3 nights. And because of it being called the harvest moon, tradition, it was going on for 3 nights to give the farmers the light to harvest the fields. So I know on Sunday when I was traveling back from the Moody's, it looked very full. It did look quite full. And I thought, yeah, last night it still looked full. And even now at the moment, it's still there. So yeah, one of those beautiful occurrences, why we call it the harvest moon. It's near the autumn equinox. The full moon nearest to the autumn equinox is called the harvest moon, but also to give the farmers that bit of light, that bit of help while they're going around. Norma, I'm glad you caught up with us. Rhodonite, yes. What do you guys feel with Rhodonite? Have you guys worked with it? Have you connected with it? What do you feel? Do you feel it in the base chakra? Do you feel it in the heart chakra? Do you feel it somewhere else? It's one of my all-time go-tos. That reassurance that, am I on the right path? Because, in spirituality, you always question yourself. You always think, oh, what am I doing? I'm actually talking to crystals. And so sometimes it's nice just to have that reassurance and just holding Rhodonite, just, okay. I always use, as another example, any Harry Potter fans out there, in the film where he is confronted with he who shall not be named in the Forbidden Forest, and Harry has the resurrection stone, and when he holds it, his family, Sirius, all those that have passed are around him, giving him that confidence, giving him that support that you can do this, Harry, go for it. That's exactly how I feel with Rhodonite. I feel that my ancestors, those who I've known or those I don't know, I just feel this real urge of there is this purpose in me. This is what I need to be doing. So absolutely beautiful. Good morning, Angel. Blessings to you too, sweetheart. Yes, we do. Yeah, it perhaps might be more than like thousands of pounds, but yeah, you don't need to put your crystals outside. You've got to be secure. You've got to think security first. So, yes. So, has anyone got any questions about Rhodonite, about this beautiful crystal? Anna, I've not really connected with Rhodonite, but feeling drawn to the medium shades, especially when you mentioned about grounds nervousness. Yes, yes, I love it. Our supplier, she does not. She's very much like, oh God, she likes the Peruvian. She likes the Peruvian style. So that is her cup of tea. But for me, this is what I class as Rhodonite. This just, it just makes me feel I've got Rhodonite. I love it. Angel leaves her curtains open. That is great. Smith and West 93 on YouTube. I hope I said that right. Does the powers go away once it's polished? Very good question. Very good question. Let me just, I've just realized I'm chatting away. And all you're seeing is the crystals. That is a good question. It all depends on your preference, whether you like to work with the raw or the polished. And there is a lot of debate that when it's polished, it's taking on that person's energy. But also, you've got to think, well, this is a raw piece, but somebody picked that up. So if somebody's energy has gone into it being polished, then somebody's energy has gone into it when they've picked it up. I don't find any difference, but that's just me. I don't think too deeply. I don't think too much of that. It's practicalities. I mean, a polished piece is tougher than a raw piece because that's the whole process of tumbling, is that you're giving it a smoother edge, but it's also just giving it that little bit of a surface protection. So if you want a piece that you want to carry around with you, then a polished piece will be more durable. It will perhaps be more solid to do that. Whereas a raw piece, you might find that bits might flake off, bits might chip. But no, I find the connection is still there. It's down to the intent and it's down to cleansing. These could have had several owners. These could have passed through several hands. But cleansing it is a way of resetting it. So even if it's been polished, when you cleansed it, that person who's polished it, that energy is not going to be there. Rhodonite energy is going to be there. Robin, I like it all. Recently had some. Robin, I like it all. Recently had some in my pocket when I got nervous in an interview, and I definitely don't want to attempt putting all my crystal babies outside. Would take too long. And that's another thing I always say in the full moon. By the time I got all my crystals outside, it'd be new moon. The full moon would have gone. It would have been 2 weeks away. Shardy, gotta love Peruvian, you know me. Yes, the paler ones. That's all right, Leslie. No problem. Thank you, Robin. I have the Rhodonite Wolf Fox said. I love it. Yes. Yes. Love it. So nice to see people interacting. Do ask questions about this gorgeous crystal. And if you've not worked with it, then why not try this week? If you've got a piece of it, work with it. My best way and my way of recommending for people to work with crystals is to connect, to carry, to sleep. So today, if you're thinking, yeah, Dan, I want to give Rhodonite a go, then today just find somewhere quiet for a couple of minutes and just sit with that crystal and just in your mind, just hold an awareness of how you feel around your body, what you're being shown in your mind's eye, any colors, animals, words, songs, anything at all. And just take that as a connection to the keeper, the spirit of the crystal. And then you can ask in your mind, how can you help me on a physical? How can you help me on a mental? How can you help me on an emotional? How can you help me on a spiritual level? And just sit with that for a couple of minutes and just see how you feel, what you're being shown in your mind's eye with Rhodonite. And then the next day, so tomorrow, do exactly the same. Find yourself somewhere quiet, connect again. Was it a different experience to today? Compare the two. And then the next day, do exactly the same, but then you carry it. Carry that crystal around with you. How does that feel? The next day, exactly the same. Connect, carry. Carry that crystal around with you. And then the next day, connect, carry, and then sleep. The next day, connect, carry, sleep. And each day, compare from the previous notes. Because the more you're working with it, the more the keeper is going to share more with you. And then take a day off. Only do 6 days. Look at me. I don't even know how many is 6. Do 6 days of connections. Have a day off. Clear that energy. And then the next day, pick up another crystal and go with that. That's the way I get to really connect with the crystals and to really feel that, yes, this is how I'm feeling. And, you know, each day when you're carrying it, you're going into different energies. So, oh my gosh, I had Rhodonite and I went to a stressful environment, and normally I'd be like, but I felt quite calm. I felt quite balanced. Could that have been the Rhodonite in your pocket? Who knows? Oh, that, let me just go up. Shardy, every time I hear you talk about Rhodonite, I think I should pick it up more often. I forgot I even had a piece. Should see where it is. Yes, get it out there. Get it out there. Angel, I have a question which isn't related. Surprise, surprise, I'm afraid. Is coffee bean opal also black opal? Yes, it is. Black common opal, not the black fire opal. But yeah, that's why I called it coffee bean opal, because it wasn't black enough for me to call it black opal. It really is beautiful, Anna. It really is. Oh, thank you so much, Smith. Kerry, I love what you said about working with ancestors and Rhodonite. I have only recently got a pendant with it in. This time of year, I always think of my late parents and how much I miss them. Knowing I can use this crystal to connect with them is lovely. Thank you. Really is. It's really that ancestral hug, getting that mother. And for me, it is a maternal. It is mother, grandmother. I mean, it was grandmother first. I always felt her present, and her in the back going, "Go out and do it. Go out." And now it's my mum. Both of them come through, so it is a maternal linkage. But that's for me because it might change when my father goes over to the other side, but at the moment, Smith on YouTube, it's the Massachusetts State Gem, but I've never came across any. Wow, that's amazing. So in Massachusetts, the state gem is rhodonite. And this is why I love doing these lives, because even today, I've now learned something. The Massachusetts State Gem. Well, this is the rhodonite. Beautiful. Do you know whether does it come from Massachusetts? I wonder if there's a pocket that it came from. Anna, just check my collection. No rhodonite, but I'll message you after, Dan. No problem. Oh, here is my husband. I love Peruvian rhodonite. I got some for my birthday from Miss Moody. You did. Gorgeous. Gorgeous sphere. Your connection only gets stronger. Very true, Angel. Very true. Sarah, morning, sweetheart. I'm going to connect with rhodonite this week. I'm feeling drawn to it and not been before. Do so. Do so. Do connect with it. If you need any help, if you want me to go through the connections again, how do you connect, carry, and sleep, drop me a message and I will quite happily guide you through it. But yeah, please do so. And let me know if you're on catch up and you're only just watching this. Do comment. Let me know what you think of rhodonite. Let me know your thoughts. Give me something new to go on. I mean, I've just learned that it's the state gem of Massachusetts. That's amazing. So yeah, it's now gone past. So as always, I've run over slightly. So I'm going to leave that there. Thank you so much for joining me about this little talk on rhodonite. I hope you got a little bit from it. There's always the science at the beginning. So the Triclinic crystal system, it's a manganese silicate. Okay, there is manganese in it. There's iron. There's magnesium, and there is calcium. So that is the chemical makeup for rhodonite. And it's 5.5 to 6.5 on the Mohs scale. So yes, you can put it in water to cleanse. Okay. As always, if you can't heal yourself, how the hell are you going to heal somebody else? Remember those. Have a great day, everybody. Tomorrow, I'll be doing my card readings. So I'll have me 3 crystal decks, and I will be doing card readings from those decks. So do join me again tomorrow at 9 for little readings. And next week, I'm going to stay on the Triclinic crystal system. So I'm going to be talking about blue kyanite. I'll have blue kyanite to talk about next Tuesday. But from today, thank you guys so much. It's a pleasure to have you all here at 9 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. Take care. Have a great day. Any questions at all, put them in the comments or message me, and I'll be happy to further support you in any way I can. See you all soon. Have a great day. Bye. No, end broadcast.